All right, getting a little carried away with myself there, but welcome everybody to Tomato Talk. Let's kill the music. Boom, no more music. We'll bring on the comments. There we go. Welcome. We got this pretty well lined up. We're looking okay there. I got the helmet on it. Helmet on a stand. Maybe we'll work on that one as it comes across. Helmet on a stand. We got flowers. We got the two eyeballs still looking at us. We got this foam padding over there to absorb the sound when we speak. The only problem with that is that the sound that I'm speaking to you with the camera and microphone, of course, is in front of me and that's behind me. So what sound is it really absorbing? None, not a thing. It's the rest of the room that absorbs a little bit of sound as that goes. But really what we're talking about here today is creating content. Creating content. We could talk about video, we could talk about sound, we could talk about confidence level, we could talk about all of these things, but not today. No, not today. We're also not going to talk today about creating content if you got a big budget. Oh, you got a massive budget. Congratulations to you. You can spend all this money creating content. That means you could have your social media director person, call that title what you want, going out there, doing graphic design, maybe creating some of those whiteboard animation things, which is pretty darn cool, by the way. Going out there and hiring camera crews, taking videos of tomatoes flying through the air with all kinds of equipment, which really makes it cool. And then the tomato explodes and then bam, there you are talking about your thing. Well, all that stuff can be done, but it costs money to do that. So, do we all have budgets that could be using to create exploding tomatoes? Oh, I don't think so. I hope you do. I do hope you do, but by all means, most of us probably do not. And even the larger businesses, the question is, do you want to have a exploding tomato be your intro? Probably not. I'm sure there's a case, but probably not. You've seen, if you've been watching Facebook and LinkedIn and that kind of thing, you've seen some of these videos now about how they create some of these commercials. Fancy stuff. But I also wonder too, for most of us, right? If you're in a category where you are the business, where you are the one that is not only driving the business, but you are the face, you are the voice of the business, where you are the brand, the personality of the business. When people say, hey, did you hear about that company's strategies of success? They automatically think of me. They don't think of the team. They don't think of the resources behind the scenes. They just think of me. Well, that means I am the company. As opposed to other companies where they really make a concerted effort, where the company is the brand, the company is the voice, the rest of that stuff. And again, I keep using some of these larger corporations as examples, but that's really it. Do you really know who the president, CEO is of most companies? No. I mean, Elon Musk with Tesla, but you think of Elon Musk as Elon Musk more than Tesla, really, as that goes along. But for the most part, corporations are its own entity. It's not a person there. So it comes to you. All right, so let's stay on the focus here of you. You don't have a huge budget. Okay, that's good. Maybe you're not even working with any kind of a real budget per se. You just spend money every once in a while on these things because you got to do it. So how do you do that? How do you do it? Where do you do it? How do you create stuff that really means something? All right. Well, first things first, the most easiest thing to do is to write, rewrite, and if you need to have it edited, have it edited. The About section. You have a website. You probably have a website, but maybe you don't even have a website, but you've got social media. If not, you probably wouldn't be listening to this thing. But you'd have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, an Instagram page, and perhaps many others that are going along with it. So first things first is, how do you get your message out? You're right in that About section. Easy enough to do. Is it exciting? Nope. It's, for me at least, it's not exciting. If you're a writer, that better be exciting and it better be perfect. Me, doesn't have to be perfect, right? I tend to write more as if it's being said, not read. A little bit of the difference there. And I can tell you, Arthur, my business partner over there, will tell you frequently on that one. It's like, I got longer sentences. It's because when I speak, I don't speak in commas and periods and stuff like that. Just thought, so be it. Anyhow, so that would be one way of getting your message out. That's good. All right. The other easy one to do, and we've covered this, so I'm just going to flip through it real quick, is by creating a video. Here's how you do it. You get yourself your phone, easy enough to do. You turn it on, and then you have somebody hold it. Don't do a selfie because that's a little weird as that goes, and you could tell it's an angle. So actually get somebody to help you out over here, and press the button and record something. Hey, now there's an idea. You can record a little about you. You want to talk about some little project that's coming up. You want to talk about a service that you offer. It's all good. Take that, post it. Easy enough to do. We've spent no money here. Take it, post it, and there you got something. Then what you do is you call your friends and said, hey, I just put something up on social media. Can you do me a favor and like it? Maybe comment on it. That'd be important. Because here's the truth behind the scenes with a lot of the social media companies, or the folks that help you out with getting seen, just from an overall standpoint, that holistic standpoint. A lot of them got a lot of friends. I post something, someone will like it, right? You build up that group of people. What you really want to do is not build up the group of people that, hey, if I post something, whether you like it or not, comment on it or like it yourself, share it and stuff like that. That's not really it. So you create your video, you put it up over there. It's about whatever. You're talking about mental health. You're talking about why you should go for a walk. The benefits of going for an hour-long walk with nobody, no phone. You put up a little video, on that. Give a suggestion about where to go in order to do that. If you're not geographically driven, then so you're talking to people across the nation. Just mention going to a park, the benefits of walking in the woods, listening to the birds, whatever it is. All right. So now you could contact all those other social media friends of yours and say, hey, look, I posted this. I'll like your stuff if you like mine, and do that. Okay, something that can be done. But here would be the suggestion on that. Find other people, and this comes to your referral network, right? If you're in the mental health world, right, who else would benefit from an article or video that you put up about going for a hike in the woods? Who else might benefit from that? Maybe there's a camera company that you've got a friend that's in the camera business, photography business. Say, look, I posted an article going for a walk in the woods. Why don't you tag yourself, not tag yourself, but why don't you comment on that and talk about what kind of a camera lens or lighting or good time to go would be good if you want to take photos on this mental health walk in the woods. That might be a person to help out. What about someone who sells sports gear, hiking shoes, good pair of socks? Let me tell you, if you're hiking in the rain, a good pair of socks is everything. Trust me. Weatherproof gear, obviously, that helps too. So that's important. Hiking shoes, anything like that. So you can build up a referral group of folks that would benefit from your article. If you could do that, every time you post something, whether it's written or videotaped, and it has something to do with, if it's got something that would benefit from these other folks too, they're going to post on it, they're going to like it, they're going to share it, they're going to throw their own comments in. What happens? Remember, now you've spent no money, a couple of phone calls, but no money. You are now going to get your article in front of their audience. And in turn, comment on their post, whatever they write, and then you get them in front of your audience. It doesn't hurt anybody. As a matter of fact, it helps quite a few people. Going for a hike in the woods with a camera is something I love to do myself. Go out, take pictures of deer. Birds are challenging. They move too quickly. Unless you're really quiet and sitting in one spot. But if you're walking, you're not really sitting in one spot. So that would be one thought process over here about, for free, absolutely for free. Build up the network of people that would benefit from your article, not your target market here, but others that would see a benefit to their business based upon your comment. Let's flip this around. Here's another way to post stuff. Absolutely free, really doesn't take too much. Again, we're just going to stay right here on the hiking, mental health. We'll use that as the example. It's an easy one. Here's what you do. Go online, go to, I don't know, Outdoor World. I don't know the name of some of these magazines, but Outdoor Magazine, hiking, uh, camping, any of these magazines that have something to do with the woods, and see if there's an article in there that is appropriate for you to copy the link, put it in your own Facebook page or LinkedIn page, and then you could write comments on that. I saw this article and it was about camping in Oregon, and it's really terrific. I think it really fits in with what we're doing. Although you may not live in Oregon, it would be an interesting place to vacation. Again, sometimes we need time away in order for our mental health. That's a thought. Karen, I know you're there, my wife. Yeah. I don't take off too much time. A little sporadic. Need to do that one of these days. But, you could go there and work it that way. Human resource magazines, right? They probably don't have too many articles in there on hiking, but if they do, now you're getting yourself in front of them. If they have some HR article about mental health or about hiking, or even it's just on mental health, and maybe you could tweak it with your comments there a little bit. What have you spent? $0. All right. So you're going to do two things right now. One, contact those folks that that are your referral partners, or people that are not your referral partners, but are within the supporting realm of some of the things that you expect to talk about. You're not going to call them with nothing in hand. You want to wait till you have something in hand, and then reach out to them. So that would be the first thing to do. All right. Second thing to do, get yourself a list, and not a handwritten list. Just go online, get yourself a list of magazines that are appropriate for you that don't have subscriptions either. In other words, they're posting their articles online for the public to use. If you got to take a look at some copyright issues with some of these places, like the New York Times, right? You can only access a couple of articles for free, and then you run into issues, with that. Don't do that. All right. Also, with a lot of magazines, if you take an article, you put it over there, then they go to the magazine, they're going to be, asking for a subscription, for that. It's a debate as to whether or not you'd like to do that, don't like to do that, but there are plenty of articles out there that would be appropriate for you. TEDx Talks is another place to do. All right. So keep that list. How do you figure out who might be talking about your topic? Use Google. That's right. Google it. Oh, I'm not talking about manually Googling. That's so antiquated. Do Google Alert. Google Alert. Set up a Google Alert for mental health and hiking. Put both words in there. If something comes up that says mental health and hiking, hey, boom, you're in. That's a perfect article. You want to go a little bit further stream on that one? Just put in mental health or just hiking. Probably do hiking in this case. Um, hiking in your area, something along those lines. This way you're not getting too many, but you're getting a steady feed of different articles that come up. Well, good. If you want to use a piece of that article, contact the author. All right, you're just going to repost it. It's one thing. But if you want to reuse a piece of that article, specifically like a paragraph or something like that, whether you can do it or can't do it, you got to speak to copyright people on that one. Not my area. But I would suggest, and this may be more my area, is call the person. All that contact information is on the bottom of the article. Contact that person. Say, look, Mary, I see that you wrote an article about hiking in Oregon. I write more about mental health, but I think that hiking is a very good way of clearing one's mind, whatever you'd like to say. Would you mind if I use your article? And I know you can use it anyhow, but ask, would you mind if I use your article and quote you in paragraph 3 what you said? My guess is they're going to be absolutely thrilled that you took the time, energy, and effort to reach out to them. That would be my guess. Now, what happened here? What happened here is you've now made a friend who's a writer in a topic or on a topic that's relatable to your efforts. It's a good way of doing it. You're building up your referral area. You're building up your network of folks that are now following you. Now, if you take their article, put it on your social media page, you comment on that, you directly quote that author, what do you think that author is going to do? Probably make some sort of comment on there and said, hey, thank you for the recognition. Really enjoyed speaking with you. Whatever they say, they say. But what happened here too is that your stuff is now going to get in front of their audience. Oh, is that a bad thing? Oh, no, it's not. No, definitely not. So you got that opportunity to do that too. So what have we spent so far? Nothing. Time. Forget about time. I know time is money or that kind of stuff. But time. It's your time. And your time is worth something. So you can just Google alerts. It saves stuff. All right. What are a few other ways of doing that? Also, and this is a long shot, but, and I'll see if I can share the screen on this. Gotta find my mouse. Let's see if we could share the screen here. And it's called Help. Whoop, there we go. Had my little earthquake. It's called Help a Reporter Out. There we go. And I think my volume should still be on here. Yeah. This is called Help a Reporter Out. And on this page, you've got, and this is free. That's right. I am a journalist or I am a source. And given the fact that you are a business person, you are going to be a source. So you click on I am a source. All right. And blah, blah, blah. This one's got a large disclaimer. But what it comes down to is that it will cost you nothing. You will get a, let me just take the, I'm just going to take the address and put it up over here. Paste. Obviously, I can't cut and paste and talk at the same time. Maybe you could read the rules over here. Maybe not. But and well, no, it's a long thing. I'm not going to read it. But what it comes down to is that they will send you a load of emails, and they come out in the morning and the afternoon, and they get sent directly to you, and you. That's right. You are under pressure. No, you're not. But if you do want to respond to these things and you do want to have a shot at getting included in some of these articles, you are under pressure. Here's what happens. They'll send you a number of different requests. So these are reporters working for papers, magazines, maybe some media, TV, who knows. But these are reporters, journalists that are looking for experts to share their expertise on a wide variety of topics. There is no consistency as to what they're looking for. Some of this stuff is crazy, some of the stuff is not. It could be anything from mental health. It could be anything from a new mom, could be a new dad, could be anything, absolutely anything. So you'll get these things. They got a really little brief thing as to what the reporter is looking for. You need to be, I'm telling you right now, no bull on this. You cannot say that you are something that you are not. They're going to read right through it. You're going to lose all kinds of credibility. Do not do that at all. But if you find something in here that really, really fits you, that you could really write about, immediately respond. Many times, you're looking at dates when you have to respond by, a day, 2 days, maybe a couple more than that, but it's quick, really, really quick. So you need to be able to send something back. So you're not going to sit there and try to respond to every one of them. Not happening. Again, you've got the ability to do this. If you have the ability and the credibility to write and respond to their question, do it. You just might get into one of these papers. You may not even know which one it is unless they accept you. And if they do, then there's whatever follow-up that goes along with it. So how much does this one cost? Let's see, get out the cash register. Cash register, remember those things? Cash register, and the answer is 0. Again, it's just time. So it's help a reporter out. I put the link up for it. Yep, it's called helpareporter.com. And go there. Go there, sign up. You can make that work for you. All right, where are we at here on time? 21 minutes. We're good. All right, let's kill. Let's get back to StreamYard. Let us remove that aspect of it. And then we can move on to another idea. Oh, this one's cool. The amount of money you're going to spend on this one, I can't begin to tell you. Let's go with share slide video. Oh, let's stop that screen. So you got to remove. Stop screen there. Good. I can only share one screen at a time. Share screen. Chrome tab. I'm getting better at this. And we're back to Facebook. Oh, no. I'm not talking that you should be posting on Facebook all the time. Let somebody explain whatever those algorithms are. I find like the more I post, or many times I post, it's like there's nothing going on except when we announced our anniversary, 30 years. Folks, I cannot believe how many people responded to that. So thank you so much, for that. All right. But you still want to share your expertise. Let's get back to the business world. You want to share your expertise. You want folks to know who you are, and you want to create content. Here's how we do it this way. By the way, obviously, if you get into the paper or a magazine with help a reporter out, you're going to repost it. So all this stuff is reposting. All this stuff is staying consistent with your brand, with the message you're trying to deliver, right? Because you're going to find relatable articles. All right, here's another one. And this one becomes interesting. All right. I'm going to use the word interesting. All right. Because you don't know sometimes what this is a Facebook page. The Facebook page is called Need a Guest. That's right. So the folks on here have got podcasts or YouTube videos, whatever it is, and they are looking for a guest. Should you be a guest on their shows? All right. So here's the benefit. The benefit is totally free again, all the rest of that stuff. There's 9,000 or so members on this thing. It's a public group. You can't sell on there just like any other group. So you got those rules. Forget that. You're going here is because you want to be interviewed or you have a podcast and you're looking for guests. But right now we're focusing on that. You are looking to build up material, collateral that you could use in order to further develop your brand and build your business. So we're staying very consistent here, right? Very consistent. Relatable articles, your comments, etc. Help a reporter out. Again, you're sharing your expertise. Now you can say you're quoted in whatever magazine. You're building your brand. Fantastic stuff. Spent no money. This is another one. Spent no money. This one, though, I strongly suggest you spend time. Time. All right. You're going to go to the website, join the group. You're looking to share your expertise. I don't remember them asking much in the way of questions as this kind of goes. All right. I don't think they really ask much of anything. Yeah, they didn't ask for anything, here. You just can't promote. You can't sell stuff on here, right? The idea now is to become a guest. So you're going to go through this thing. You're going to need to check it. There's no way to get notifications, but you join. You say, okay, there you go. Maybe you'll see somebody's post. But what you want to do here is you want to go through this thing and find people that have got podcasts or whatever that are doing a program that are consistent, pretty consistent with your message. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't stretch it. Because if you go on somebody else's show that's not really talking about what you talk about, all right, you're going to go on there and you're going to, someone's doing a show about hiking and you want to talk about mental health. Okay, so now we had that article and you're using an article, but it's really your comments. So who's in control of the post? Who's in control of the comments that you are making? You are, if you're writing about it, because you're not really commenting on hiking in Oregon per se. You're not talking about the trails. You're not talking about any of that stuff. You're just talking about getting outside. You just happen to be using that as the example. It's the catalyst, is the word I'd like to use. The catalyst for your comments. If you are being interviewed by the person that wrote that article, all right, you are now being interviewed by someone who loves hiking in Oregon. You're going to get on their show and you're going to talk about mental health. Now, if that person is a real outdoor person, go with a loner, very independent, loves to camp overnight by themselves on some trail in the middle of who the heck knows where, and you're talking about mental health in the workplace and teamwork and stuff like that, they will have no connection because they are independent in what it is they do. They like to hike by themselves, they like to camp by themselves, they like to be somewhat off the grid for the weekend or more, whatever. They're not going to be able to relate to you, right? And what will happen there is that their questions to you will stink. I'm sorry, let's say that a little bit nicer. Their questions to you, because they're interviewing you, are going to be off target. Better? Off target. So you don't want to just get on a hiking show. You need to do the research. So let's use that hiking show host as the example. So what you want to do is go to that thing. You see hiking. Okay, hiking. I wrote about that in an article. That would be nice to do by somebody who's out there hiking. Now you can go and take a look. What does this person do besides hike? Right? That's what they physically do. What do they do? Maybe they take other people on hiking tours, something. Maybe they do company retreats. Maybe they are affiliated with some location and then they take groups of people out to talk about, I don't know, survival skills, anything like that, teamwork. Maybe, just maybe, they got involved with this thing. Why do they hike now is because they wanted a place to find their own break from reality. They wanted to find their own escape from the day to day. Now, what's happening here is that you are not just going on a hiking show. You are now talking about something that that person can relate to, especially if they do corporate retreats. I mean, that's the best. If they're just someone who just hikes by themselves, doesn't lead any groups or anything, they're just not going to get it. All right. Or they're going to stretch to get it. And that's not really it. But if they are somebody that does lead groups of people, that's a great person. Yeah. Here's what you need to do. You need to go and find that person. You need to go to take a look on their about page. Forget about what the show's about. You want to look there too. But them, what is it? What is their why? Why do they do this thing? Maybe they've been on some other podcast. Now you get a chance to listen to them speak about themselves, not just interviewing people. Takes time. I was on a show one time and never should have, just never should have done it. So you got the Facebook page, need a guest. I'm going to put that up. So I was on a podcast one time, and I could tell you that should not have done it. Here what the story was. I was helping out a friend of mine that was. Let me get back over here. I'm just going to put this up. Whoop, Lance Miller. Every time I speak, that man's sending me an email. I'm sending everybody an email. All right, let's get rid of this. Stop screen there. Oh, we're at 30 minutes still. So we went on a show, and it had to do with UFOs. All right. So the person that I was helping out over there was a hiker. He was also he was jet pilot, and they're talking about outer space. The possibility of visiting other planets and stuff like that, and what if there is, and rest of that stuff. It was a stretch for the two of us to be on there. All right, and this gentleman, my friend, was flew jet planes, so he's qualified to fly a jet into the upper atmosphere, or technically outer space, and he was going to meet with some of the folks that were doing this stuff. So it was like really, really wild. So it was exciting to the host to have him on. I get that. But it was not really appropriate for us to be on because it wasn't what it was about. You look, there's a big difference between flying a jet, being adventurous, maybe taking people up into the outer reaches of the atmosphere. But UFOs, no, not the focus. Whether there are or not, that's not the debate. It just was not appropriate there. Me being on there, oh man, I just did it as a favor to him. And that was just a flat out mistake. I hope that video never reappears. But it goes. All right. So here's the thing though. You get on somebody else's show. Now you get a chance to share that show. Maybe the person will promote it too. Maybe, again, some folks are, who knows. You then share that person's show and you promote your involvement with that. You promote your involvement afterwards with it. I'm telling you, the host will love you because most people don't do that. You've spent no money again. None. Here's your opportunity to spend money. Edit it. If there's some certain segment in there that you like and you wanted that 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute clip, and you don't know how to do that, hire somebody to do that. There you go. You have now spent a whole lot of time, energy, and effort to get yourself seen by the public while delivering your message in a number of different places. And you have spent no money unless you can't edit. And even that, I don't think is terribly hard. That, my friends, is it. Look for opportunities. It's not money driven. You could do it. You just have to put the effort into it and you can make things happen. But in order to do that, you need to, that's right, speak well, speak often, and live inspired because you will inspire others to do exactly the same when you advance through opportunities. Have an absolutely wonderful day. By the way, it is Tuesday night. I'm going to go to the Line Ads thing. Long Island needs a drag strip. Car show tonight. August 20th, beginning of the racing. Going to be exciting. All right, we're out of here. A little music there, Maestro. It's nice to have a band, isn't it? There we go. A little bit of rock music. Bum. We're in. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us again here today. And remember, we got a couple of websites to go to. Use them.